Greetings once again. So lovely to see you. Welcome, welcome. Please grab your pipes, for we are about to embark on a new adventure within the Anno franchise. Anno 117, Pax Romana, the newest of the series, which places us in the times of glorious Roman Empire. As we are getting ready to sail, be sure to subscribe, like the video, and leave a comment of what you think. Thank you! In this specific run, we are playing with few snazzy little mods. Now, truth be told, but at Crabtastico, we love mods. The mods in question are the following. Free Farm Field Placement by UB Jacob. Essentially, it allows to build farm fields of all plantations and farms without having them adjacent to the production building. It is also, fun fact, a UB official mod, as its variant within the Anno 1800 was extremely popular. Natural Forests by Tea Time allows to place down ornaments of trees/forests which look more natural to fill in the various gaps, unlike the vanilla ones. Warehouse Provides Storage by Taludus. Each warehouse now increases the total storage pool of your island, starting at plus 5 tons per warehouse of first tier, and then increases with upgrades to your warehouses. Circus Minimus by Taludus adds a third Marvel building, is rather huge, has great area of effect range, and quite few sweet and salty buffs and debuffs. Research Expanded, Sluice Gate mod and the Storage mod by Oscator. Both pretty much add some fancy new technologies to further improve your storage organization and drainage within Albion. Immersive Flagship mod by AJ turns your flagship from a sad little trireme into a glorious quinquereme. Oh, and few extra technologies to further improve the star of your fleet. Immersive Villa/Officium coverage by AJ expands the range of your villa across the entire islands, while also slightly buffing up the officiums. The number of slots for your specialists still depends on your prestige. Celtic Independence Overhaul by JTM Zach overhauls quite a bit of your Albion buildings, production chains, and many more, allowing it to be more immersively independent from the Romanization, should you wish to go that route. Now, I shall be passing it over to the founder. He'll take over the talking for now, until I am needed again. Oh, I almost forgot. There has been a silly mistake of recording both game and voice audio at the same time. Yes, very silly pickle indeed. But worry not. Krabby over here will keep an eye and clear things up if important.
With much failure, we will not be starting with an island. We will be only starting with a flagship. Starting goods as standard.
Actually, you know what? Let's speed up this part. Does he really be talking for this long? These land cucumbers always get carried away chatting, don't they? Let me summarize for you. Difficulty is pretty much medium. The AI we starts with are easy for now, as once they are defeated, we will add harder ones. We start with a flagship, and we start in Latium. See? How simple was that? Neptune almighty. Skip the damn cutscenes!
first island that we have discovered looks rather spacious. Now I do wonder how much space within the map
What could you possibly require?
left for the huge island that they are planning to add. I assume there wouldn't be anything in the top north corner, and we'll just be able to continue playing just north of ourselves. But this will be the very first island that I'm planning to take.
Waiting for your decree.
There we go. And as per the usual naming rules, we shall name this Crabulus.
Crabulous! Crabulous! Now that's a name worthy of Neptune's blessing, eh?
No, not really, because we are under the Emperor. But either way, I reckon we can begin with the basics. Now, as always, we need some wood supplies.
First fact of the day. You can unlock a perk in the Hall of Fame, or research it in the research tree, to give lumberjacks the ability to plant trees on meadows, which makes them behave more like the Anno 1800 mechanics.
Does it unlock later? Do we not need a market? I actually forgot. Yeah, I don't think we need a market, do we? No, we do. But it's unlocked later. Alright, that makes a lot more sense. We begin just with the houses. That is absolutely fine by me.
Days of only square grids. Anno 117 has introduced diagonals. And to be honest, I bloody love it. The very first needs of our citizens is, of course, food. Each various good has its own perks of how it affects the attributes and which ones. Pretty much with every new unlock segment and every new citizen level, you get a choice of 2 needs to fulfill. And it is absolutely up to you which one you wish to focus on. Or perhaps you will even fulfill both of them. In my opinion, I certainly advise fulfilling both needs, especially for lower-tier citizens, to get yourself all the benefits at
Our
once.
scouts have sighted new land. Our scouts have sighted new land.
What do we do, Gov? All right. Your freedmen won't forget. Might make something out of nothing, Gov.
Now, we have finally set up the very first production. Wood is coming in.
Rest my eyes.
We got our basic fishery, porridge, tunics, and pilouses. All of them are being supplied. Just the clothings need to start filling up slowly. I do tend to usually supply both of the needs of the citizens. Now I know it's quite counterproductive, as you can see above here, as we're running short of money and our profit is going down. However, I don't see why we wouldn't even out, especially once more trade begins.
Even if I only buy as a carrot at the market, I'm buying it for me.
Ha ha! Yes! We have reached the second tier of our citizens, the plebs. Sorry, I meant to say plebeians. While it is not always possible, and not always efficient, but I do advise spreading out any buildings that give negative attributes, especially those that affect the fire safety. Of course, your island has only so much space, but it is a good practice to isolate things like charcoal burners further away from your districts, especially away from your town. Things like bakeries, of course, aren't exactly fireproof either, but at least they give positive attributes too. But burners, keep them away. Eventually, once other islands are settled, you could prioritize having negative buildings being built exclusively only on them.
Have sighted new land.
Welcome to Lily Bayon, Governor. I am
And we
Valeria
found a
Turan,
mutual trade.
proprietor of its many establishments.
Our scouts have sighted new land.
Now, to make solutions for our income,
What a pleasure to meet you. I am Latium.
we shall
Father's
be
a silk
focusing
merchant.
first
You simply
on the bread
must join
production
us for dinner
by
sometime.
building a lovely bakery.
Oh, here comes the bakery, eh? I can already smell the aroma of fresh gluten creations. Huh? What was that? Oh, fire certificate? Ha! Come on, matey. This is 117. What are you, still living in the future? Who needs fire safety when you can get freshest bread right next door? Surely any fire will be put out in seconds. Surely. Right?
Now, one mill supplies 2 bakeries, and one mill also is supplied by...
Perfect ratio of bread production chain. 2 wheat farms, 1 mill, 2 bakeries. Bada boom, bada bing.
Is I was meant to have
Aren't we
the
forgetting
mod,
something?
which allows us to build without limitations on farm field placements. But
Oh, here we realized that one of the mods wasn't working. The farm field one. Silly land cucumber. And guess what? We only discovered that we need to toggle it on within a text file 1 hour later.
many slots available throughout the game within it. So what does
grab your own
happen is
cards
that you
before
usually
someone
tend
else
to
does it.
prioritize the villa on your main city for the specialists that upgrade certain attributes or happiness, income, things like that, mainly surrounded by your houses. Though you're limited from utilizing...
Ooh, oops. Ow! Ouch! Ugh. Don't mind me.
You can obviously have production on other islands within the villa scope. I have pretty much been using that method previously, and you got the officiums. You got the offices, essentially. But I think this is a nice change in one hand,
Lady Faustina will give him a
still
decent
keeps
intro.
you properly making sure what specialist.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Officium is essentially an equivalent of a trade union and a town hall put together. Sadly, unlike in Anno 1800, it only has 2 slots rather than 3. So even if you do end up collecting a fair share of specialist, you'll have pick-and-choose ones most suitable for that location. Personally, I always damn struggle when there are 2 real good ones. And while I am here, just to remind you, please do be sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and comment down below. Thank you!
Toggles the income in the Venus area of the
Ready
thread.
to earn,
So
boss?
suddenly, our balance is starting to look a lot better. For the next one up is Arun's Spedius Fastus. She essentially affects the residences, increasing happiness and prestige from sandals and reed shoes. We do not currently have anything of that, so we will not be worrying about her either. We do, however, can worry about Mr. Trocototo.
Truco tuto.
The Liberty residences, or Vader ones in Albion, they essentially get little happiness debuff, which we can afford, because it does increase the workforce by 30%.
Steady work overcomes all.
The more houses we will have, the more workforce will actually be there. We will also want to have Mr. Shoshain Boyran.
Shokunre Bicharb.
We're going to have this guy. Because it increases 25% belief and knowledge for all the residences on the island.
I am but a stepping stone to your higher
And
standard.
least not last, we will also have Mr. Menander of Nicomedes.
Menander of Nicomedes. My dude.
Sanctuaries in range, I don't know why it says it twice. Increasing the belief, the knowledge, and decreasing the upkeep cost by half.
Rejoice,
We haven't
Governor.
built
Your
these
city
religious
shall be
buildings
saved.
or knowledgeable buildings, but we will be doing that quite soon. Now our ship shall continue exploring. I am pretty sure within the archipelago map, the pirates are located on the south end of the map, whereas in Albion they They're located on the north part of the island of the map. Now we started to unlock quite a few things and we're finally within the positive income. This is the perfect time for us to build both the sanctuary and the grammaticus. We shall build the grammaticus on this side of the island, of the town, while the sanctuary shall remain closer here just by the village side. Now we have unlocked research and can start away researching various technologies. As for the religion, we have many choices. For our very first island, we can probably choose sex.
Dorian! Cease the speech from within your olive-munching mouth, damn it!
Should this boost the actual research itself? But in our case, for the time being, Ceres is the best option. She also gives us additional population once there is enough devotion. Every tier, it increases.
A decision, your judiciousness.
Now we do have negative balance for some reason. And I'm not quite sure when did that happen.
What will it be?
Oh, sweet Neptune! It seems the founder of Crabtastic Co. is accumulating a case of dementia. We are going broke! Quick, where's the bank? Anyone? Any spare donations? Please, it is all for the Clab Supremacy Foundation charity, I swear!
Judging by just a minute. Something tells me.
Dorian, you slippery, oil-lubricated land pickle, just be quiet.
Which is to eliminate Mr. Dorian from his island. Now, I don't mean that I will be rushing that anytime soon. I
Some
do
people
want
make
to
a lot
focus
of money
on
selling bread.
prosperity and income.
Our scouts have sighted new land.
You can hear all they teach boys at the Grammaticus from streets away.
And we can also gain the typical starting specialist, which is from the event you pretty much always get in the beginning of your gameplay. Now, it is quite a tough choice, because the question is, do we want more residents or do we want more income? Given that we do have some bonus to our workforce already, I think we shall go with the income.
As ever, we shall obey.
Two lavender farm fields or plantations have been now built, and we also require a pig farm. We'll build it right next to the rendering works. Now that I'm thinking about it, one pig farm can actually supply both the rendering works and the tannery. So I don't see a reason why we wouldn't also produce some sandals, because we're making quite enough income to be able to afford it. Tannery is built, one single pig farm will do us just fine for the time being. We'll build a salt pond just over here. And the sandal makers shall be put somewhere within our town for the extra income benefit. The need attribute will give us 1 population and 2 income, and the whole area of the effect shall give us another 1 addition. Profit is exactly what I'm looking for, and I am certain getting it so far. And there we go, I have found, in fact, yet another lovely spot, which covers quite a good area. Now our market forces have almost finished researching, and I cannot wait to expand the town further.
May the gods protect you.
Now for the time being, we shall respect our emperor, because we want to have a good relationship for future
I look
benefits.
forward to seeing you around more often.
Now, I'm still yet to find another infiltrator.
The Emperor? You're friends with everyone, man.
I swear to Neptune, Dorian. Speak one more time and I'll stick barnacles on your fleshy surface area.
It will give us gain once more income. Now, the area of effect of happiness is -2. The need attribute itself is +1.
Our scouts have sighted new land.
So one saltworks can produce and supply up to 3 garden works. We will build one for good measure. The Skonberg's shack, which hunts for some tackle, or shall I say fishes. We do have the fertility.
And this shall be the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed, and remember to whistle into a seashell down below. Let us know how we do. Have a wonderful time, me little land cucumbers, Until the next time, raise the sail!